Well, that was another crazy, mad dash to the finish line there. As many of you, but maybe not all of you know, I messed up last week when I was listing my auctions, and I forgot about daylight saving time. Yeah, that was a mess. So basically everything shifted forward an hour. So we should have had about an hour between the last auction and the time that we started live streaming. Instead, every night we've had like 4, 5, 6 minutes. So thanks everybody for being patient while I got invoices out, and thank you all for being ready to jump in and pay when they came. So we've only got 2 more nights of this, right? Wednesday night and Thursday night, and then after that, thank goodness, we'll be back on our regular schedule at daylight saving time. Man, that's kicking me. And I see Viking and John Paul and Wayne Rambo are all in chat. Hi, guys. So we go through a little information here before we start breaking every night. So let's take a moment to go through that. First up, you'll see a note there. My feedback is completely automated on eBay. So as soon as you leave feedback for me, you're going to instantly get positive feedback in return. So you don't have to wait on me to get caught up, because it seems like I'm always running at 100 miles an hour. The second part of that note is to say thank you to everybody. I always appreciate you bidding with me and breaking with me and stopping by and hanging out and chat and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for that. Next up, we're going to take a quick look at the things that have already been listed on eBay. Stuff is usually listed 5 days out, because if you do it for less than that, eBay charges you a big extra fee. So we'll take a quick look here. Tomorrow night, we've got a couple of 1-box breaks, and then we're going to do a 3-box grouping of Contenders Football and a half case, the first half of a new case of Contenders Basketball. Yeah, right? I still have some of that left. Haha. On Thursday night, we've got an autographed football jersey and a half case of 2011 Prime Signatures and a half case of Donruss baseball. That will be the beginning of a new case on Donruss. Friday, an autographed full-size football helmet, a full inner case of Contenders Optic Football, which will be the last of that I have. And then we'll be starting a new case of Heritage Baseball. Saturday, a little mini helmet, some 1-box stuff in the back half of the Donruss case. Sunday's a light night. We're just going to do a half case of Prime Signatures football from 2011, and then we're going to do a full inner case of Revolution basketball. And that is going to be the hobby version, guys, not the Chinese New Year's version that we broke last month. This will be the hobby version. So this is going to bring us up to tonight. And there's a couple of things to note on here. The first one is, this is the order that we break in. So it will be the full-size helmet, Premier Football, Black Football, Encased Football, Select Basketball. If you're here for basketball, you're probably going to have about 45 minutes, somewhere in that general vicinity, before we start on your break. First 3 auctions there, the helmet, the Premier, and the Black, those are all free shipping breaks. Anytime you have something that is completely free shipping, it's going to go out approximately 5 to 6 days after the auction ends. Sometimes sooner if you have something else going, it might hitch a ride. So that stuff, look for it to ship approximately Monday the 19th. Our paid shipping breaks tonight are Encased Football and Select Basketball. Look for those to go out roughly Saturday the 17th. If I can get them out sooner, I will. It's always possible they could fall a day later and end up Monday, but I expect that it will be Saturday. That's my hope anyway. So that's what we're looking at for tonight. So first up is our 2018 Hit Parade Series 9 full-size autographed football helmet. This is break number 7. So it's the 7th time we have opened a 2018 Hit Parade full-size autographed helmet. And everything that we're opening tonight ended tonight on March the 13th. And of course, we're starting our live stream. We started at, actually, I think 10:01. I think it was about 60 seconds late, but pretty much 10 o'clock. And of course, team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. If you are not in this break, you're going to get a chance to see your name in lights when we get to your break. So one of those spreadsheets will go up before the start of each break. Right now, you're going to notice the focus is changing. That is okay. That's by design. I take the autofocus off and manually set it to a range that I think will work for us, and hopefully we'll not have to adjust that. And we are off to the races. All right, guys, so this is Series 9. This company does these in 100-box series for whatever reason. It's not going to ship in this outer box that it's in because it's not a box made for shipping. So I'll put it in a different box, but it will be in that little Hit Parade carry bag that you see there. And that's just like some kind of little drawstring bag kind of deal. And I will, of course, put it in that before it goes out. Oh, this is an interesting one. This is not one we pull very often. It has a little sticker inside there so that I know who it is. In case you can't read the signature or something, I guess. Yeah, a Raven. I cannot remember the last time we pulled a full-size Ravens helmet, but we sure did tonight, and it is Mr. Joe Flacco. So there you go. Nice full-size Joe Flacco autographed Ravens helmet. You've got your authentication right there. I'm going to leave it tucked in right there, and we've got a matching sticker here on the back right there. That'll match up with your authentication. So Ravens with our hit tonight in the full-size helmet. How about that? Noah, I sent out all of those combined invoices before I went on the air live streaming. So you should already have that combined invoice because I sent all of them out before I came on live. If you're trying to pay from a mobile device, please try and look at it from a desktop version or even just going through your browser and see if that does it. Sometimes the mobile version doesn't work right. If that doesn't work, Noah, I'll have to uncombine it and recombine it. So check it out and let me know. I'm just getting Joe Flacco helmet put away there, and let me see what Noah is saying here. He's going to double check while he's doing that. Let me just go ahead and get eBay up on the laptop here. I don't normally, guys, check messages or check eBay or anything too much when we're live streaming, except in rare instances. You know, sometimes if there's a big something outstanding waiting to be paid, I will check that. But in this instance, I will get this back up here in case Noah has some more problems. So give me 1 second, guys, while I work on that. And then we'll be back at it. And I'm trying to see. Yeah, I don't see anything in here that's uncombined at all. So I don't know what's going on there. So let me know if you still have a problem with it, okay? In the meantime, we're going to keep on rolling here. Let me get our spreadsheet back up. I messed up what I had going on there when I switched off, so here we go. If you are in this break for Upper Deck Premier Football, please take a moment to look at the information on the screen. It gives you an anticipated shipping date. Also talks about what happens if you don't get pulled in the break. Consolation cards and all that jazz. More information about that can be found in the eBay listing description as well. And let's get on to the next page here. This is one box of 2007 Upper Deck Premier Football. This is break number 8. So the 8th time we've broken it. You know, it's kind of an off and on thing. Sometimes I break it and then I get tired of breaking it and I break something else. And, you know, but I've got some more of it around here. Like our other item, it ended tonight, the 13th. And we're going to crack into it here in a second. you get your mojo working there. You can see your name across from your team name. So now's the time to start hoping for what you're looking for in there and see if we can find it. In the meantime, I see Viking breaks while ago, and then I haven't had time to sit back down and read through the whole thread, but I saw, Viking, that you say you got Kirk Cousins today. I saw that, man. It has been a crazy QB kind of last 24 hours. I mean, Vikings got rid of everybody, basically. Teddy Bridgewater is going to go on a one-year deal to the Jets. Case Keenum went to the Broncos. Sam Bradford to the Cardinals. And then you're paying Kirk Cousins absolutely stupid amounts of money to come to Minnesota when you had a stacked quarterback roster. So that was some crazy stuff happening there. And I think his whole contract is guaranteed, right? Isn't it $87 million guaranteed? I mean, that's insanity. But I hope it's worth it. You know, if it gets you a Super Bowl, it will be. That's for sure. This is to 225. First out is Tony Romo for the Cowboys. And we have got a hit for the Steelers coming up here. And I've got a card stuck to it on top of that. This is to 99. And it is Scott Chandler. But it's not the Steelers. It's the Chargers. Oh, man. See, this is what happens to me, right? I just glanced at it, and I saw the colors on the uniform, and I wasn't paying good attention because I had my head on that Kirk Cousins deal. Yeah. No, this is not a Steeler. That's a guy in a college uniform that looks like a Steelers uniform, and it is, in fact, for the Chargers, numbered to 49. Next up, we have Joel Falani to 75. That's for the Titans. That is also a sticker auto. And then we have a relic and an autograph here. This is Antonio Pittman for the Saints. So nice little relic and auto combo for Antonio Pittman and the Saints. And let me get next up is numbered to, I'm having a hard time reading this tonight. It is numbered to 75. I don't know what my deal is. And it is for the Giants, Brandon Jacobs. And I need to get the other size sleeves out too. So let's get that done. All right, Matt Hasselbeck for the Seahawks, numbered to 99. There's an old blast from the past. It does have a little imperfection down here. You can probably see it. It's like a little chipping or something kind of right where my thumbnail is. I don't know how well that's showing up on there. Maybe that at that angle you can see it. But it's not a huge imperfection, but it is a little one for the Seahawks. And then our last hit out of this box is figures for the Ravens to 75 on the little manufactured patch. There's one of those in every box. So we'll recap pretty much everything in here is a hit, except, that is the wrong sleeve again, except for the Tony Romo. You know, the numbered, there's one numbered card and pretty much everything else in here is a hit. So Ravens figures, Hasselbeck for the Seahawks. And then we had one for the Giants. I forgot who it was already. Isn't that awful? For the Saints, Antonio Pittman. And then Joel Falani for the Titans. And then finally for the Chargers, we had the Chandler. And that is 2007 Upper Deck. Now, the Saints reminded me of Jimmy Graham. So it looks like Jimmy Graham is on the way to Green Bay. And, of course, Green Bay has parted company with Jordy Nelson. I said, what, a month or so ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago, I figured it would either be Randall Cobb or Jordy. And, yeah, so it looks like Jordy Nelson got cut loose at the Packers. And Jimmy Graham's headed up there. So if you are in this next break for 2013 Panini Black Football, please take a moment to review what is on the screen. Once again, that is your anticipated shipping date and some information about what happens if you do not pull anything in this break. This is one box of 2013 Panini Black Football. This is break number 22, so the 22nd time we have broken this one. And it also ended, of course, tonight, March the 13th. And we'll scroll down through here so you can all remember what teams you have. If you're like me, you're in a lot of breaks, and sometimes it is hard to remember what team you have and what break. And I'm actually going to tweak this focus just a tiny bit as well. It's going to put the background a slight bit more out of focus, but I think we may be able to look at the cards up a little bit closer. And if I don't like the way that looked, we'll send it back the other way. So we'll find out. Viking Break says that he thinks that Jordy Nelson will be back with the Packers at a lower salary, which maybe. I don't know. There's usually though, I mean, if they're going to do something like that, they would just renegotiate it, and everybody front loads them and just takes the base salary down to nothing for the year and converts all that money into a big one-time bonus. So I'm kind of surprised they didn't do that if that was their intent. So there's one metal card per box. This is Jaron Brown for the Cardinals, and it's a metal rookie, and it looks kind of weird because it's in plastic, right? They send it out in a plastic coating to keep it from getting all scratched up inside the pack or the box or whatever. So when you get it, if you want to take that plastic coating off of there, it'll look much better than it does right now in the plastic coating. For the Titans, 2/399, we have Chris Johnson. All the cards in here are numbered, even the base, guys, so everything will have a number. To 399 for the Chargers, Antonio Gates. Another thing to note about this is we're often going to have edge and corner issues to varying degrees. This is to 399 D. Milliner for the Jets. And, we have those issues on most of our thick cards. It just happens to show up a lot more on these because of the dark background. To 399 for the Falcons, Desmond Trufant. To 399 for the Chiefs, Justin Houston. And it looks like we're getting ready to pull another Justin Houston right behind it, except this one is numbered to 49. So you have a pair of Justin Houstons for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Packers, Eddie Lacy. Definitely you can see, guys, all down this edge. You see all that white and this white down here in that bottom corner. Got kind of the same thing going on the opposite. All of that imperfections on the edge and corners of this Eddie Lacy for the Packers. However, still a nice little hit. Numbered to 299, hard signed on card autograph and relic for Mr. Eddie Lacy. We've got a redemption coming up. We're going to leave it face down for a minute. We'll come back to it. Kobe Hamilton for the Bengals. That is to 199 sticker auto. I don't know why these don't want to show up right unless you get them at an angle. Like, see, you look at it head on, it doesn't show the bottom of the card. You have to turn it all strange. It's always been that way, though, with black for some reason. Ray Rice for the Ravens, numbered to 299 on a relic. It's been a Ravens kind of night, right? We've pulled a Raven in every break so far. Stephen Taylor for the AZ Cardinals. This is numbered 299. It's a nice big piece of material. And then a redemption. The redemption's going to be expired, but you do still want to redeem it in your account like normal. If they have it, when sometimes they do, they'll send it to you. This is Marcus Lattimore, Rookie Signature Materials Prime, and we're going to go to the checklist and verify that. So while I am pulling this up, let's talk a minute about the expired redemptions. So you put them in your account and you wait a couple of months. If they have that card, and surprisingly they often do, even the older stuff, if they have it, they're going to send it to you usually within that time frame. So if a couple of months has gone by and you have not gotten your card, at that point, you got to try to track down a live person. That's the dicey part. Let me find this. Rookie Signature Materials Prime. It's card number 223. Marcus Lattimore is going to be numbered to 299. So 299 for the Niners. So I would suggest, if you're trying to find a live person, I suggest that you try Facebook or Twitter, something like that. And if you can find a live person to interact with you, they will work with you and substitute something for, you know, an expired redemption that they no longer have in stock. The hard part's the finding somebody. So once again, we have a metal rookie hit here for the Cardinals, and it looks crappy on screen because it has a plastic coating on it, right? That comes that way out of the box. So it'll look better when you get it and take the plastic off of it. A redemption, Marcus Lattimore for the 49ers, that should be numbered to 299. The nice relic here for the Cardinals as well, Stephen Taylor to 99. The Ray Rice relic to 299 for the Ravens. Kobe Hamilton autograph to 199 for the Bengals. And then finally the Eddie Lacy to 299, hard signed on card with the relic for the Packers. Once again, with quite a bit of, you can see some obvious edge and corner issues kind of throughout. But fortunately, more noticeable on the back than the front, so it's still going to display well for you if that's your card. And Jacob, were you asking me something? This is going, oh, you're going back and forth with Viking breaks. Okay, so that wasn't anything you needed, that you needed me for. All right, I just wanted to make sure. And I'm actually going to tweak this still one more time. I can't quite get this exactly where I like it tonight. That's the downside, right, of doing the manual focus, but it's really a whole lot better than all that stupid zooming in and out you get otherwise. This is going to move us into a half case of encased football. This is the back half of a case that we started the other night, and it is the last of 27 encased that I have on hand. So once again, this I'm anticipating to ship on Saturday. Could go a little sooner, could possibly slide to Monday, but I expect it to be Saturday. And it actually does apply to you guys too. If you don't get a hit here, you're entitled to a consolation card. The difference here, because this is a paid shipping break, is that I would go ahead and send it to you with the rest of the break. You would not have to wait until you get your next hit because this is a paid shipping break. So this is 4 boxes of 2017 Panini Encased Football. It's half case break. It is break number 4. It ended tonight, March the 13th. We're opening it up March the 13th. And now's the time, guys. Get your mojo working. This is an awesome product. And if you can get a hit out of it, you're going to like it because it's pretty sweet. It's a nice, nice product. If you're not familiar with it, one of the cards in here will be graded, and hence the name encased, right? So it's already encased and graded and everything, which the way all the grading services are backed up, having a graded card at this point in time is, for one of the rookies, is almost a miracle. So that's nice. Then there are a few other cards in the box. One of them will be a base card. The others will be autographs of some sort. So we're looking at 5 cards per box. 4 of them are going to be hits. 1 of them will be a base card. And I wish I had more of this. I really just didn't order enough of this. That's kind of the problem. It originally was supposed to come out the same day as like 100 other products. Not really 100, but it was originally supposed to come out the same day as like 3 or 4 other products, all of which were pretty pricey. And so I just got a couple of cases of this and thought of all of it that this would be the one I'd be able to go back and buy more of later without a lot of problem, and that did not turn out to be the case. Like most of our recent releases, it comes out and then it is either immediately all gone, or they immediately double the price, and then it's still all gone, even at double the price. It's kind of crazy, but anyway. Aaron Arnold is wishing for a big Patriots hit. So we'll see if we can't swing that for you, Aaron. Viking Break says they are backed up from grading so many encased cards. But you know what? That's not even the thing, because here's the thing. Stupid, what do you call it? Beckett got so far behind, but yet still taking submissions right on through all of it, that they were, and maybe still are, about a year, an actual literal 12-month year behind. So then, because they are so far behind, everybody started going to PSA, right? And then that jammed up PSA, and then PSA got super far behind. They're not as far behind. They're about a month behind. But even so, you know, a month behind, and it was already a couple week turnaround. Now you're like 6-8 weeks with them. But I don't know. Beckett should have like stopped taking submissions for a while, in my opinion. But anyway, that's how it goes. So we'll look at our base cards first. This is Aaron Rodgers for the Green Bay Packers. One of the few quarterbacks who's actually going to still be with his team when we start the new season. Tyreek Hill for the Kansas City Chiefs. Jordy Nelson for the Green Bay Packers. For the Chargers, Phillip Rivers. And then did you guys see the deal that Drew Brees signed? Because he's making what seems like almost next to nothing compared to what everybody else is making. And he probably could have written his own ticket. And yeah, he's making what, like $50 million on a 2-year deal or something like that, maybe slightly under. And not even all of it guaranteed. But he just gave him a hometown discount or something. Lynn Dawson for the Chiefs. That's a nice one. It is numbered to 10, hard signed with a relic. And you know me, I like pulling our Hall of Famers and our players of yesteryear. So that to me is pretty cool. And we're going to follow it up with one that I think is equally cool. And that is Ron Jaworski for the Eagles. Which, Wayne, I think you have the Eagles tonight, right? So we haven't found your Carson Wentz, but look who we have. Ron Jaworski, hard signed to 49. Pretty nice. We have a redemption. We're going to wait on it. We'll get back to it. James Conner for my Pittsburgh Steelers to 25. Nice big patch there. Probably part of a letter or a number, most likely. Jordan Howard for the Bears. That is numbered to 5. And usually, right, if it's numbered to 5, we would have a little bit more exciting piece of material. But that's just kind of a whatever. Just kind of just a... I mean, it's a Pro Bowl jersey. So, I mean, there's not a lot of extra colors in it. But there's some. Anyway, Jordan Howard numbered to 5 and just not a totally thrilling jersey. That's all. Numbered to 49, Zay Jones for the Buffalo Bills. Then we have a little Mitch Trubisky. So the Bears coming out with a biscuit hit here, numbered to 49. We got quad relics there. With Mr. Mitch Trubisky. Here we have numbered to 25 for the Cardinals. That is a nice patch. That's a really cool patch, David Johnson, for the Cardinals. Another Pro Bowl patch. This is Jay Ajayi, and it is to 49, and it is the Dolphins. So, of course, I know he's been traded, right? But it says on the card Dolphins, so it's going to go to the Dolphins. It's always going to go to the team that is shown on the card. Unless it's a collegiate uniform, then it would just simply go to their current team. For the Buffalo Bills, Nathan Peterman to 49, hard signed with an inscription. My favorite signature out of the rookie class, you guys know I love it. It's Taiwan Taylor. That's the wrong sleeve in that pile for some reason. When I pick them up off the table at night, sometimes I think I put the wrong ones in the wrong bag because, like, there's a whole bunch. Yeah, all right. I'm just going to assume that whole stack is just the wrong size and put it away and get a new stack for the thick ones. And we'll try it again here in a hot second. Now, that's the right one. So, Taiwan Taylor to 75, also with an inscription for the Tennessee Titans. For the Rams, Josh Reynolds to 25. That is a nice relic, 3-color, nice big swatch on Josh Reynolds. And Richard is saying he would have liked to have had an auto with this Trubisky. I don't blame you for that, man, for sure. Stank Lover 59 says Peterman rules. I have an idea that's tongue-in-cheek. Am I right there, Stang Lover? I'm assuming you were probably really more after the Zay Jones, but maybe you were looking for Nathan Peterman. I don't know. Jamal Williams to 49 for the Packers on that relic. We're going to flip our redemption, and then we'll look at our graded cards. Richard's like, yes, please, please, an autograph. Well, we'll see what we've got on here. This is Corey Davis, rookie endorsement, so that's going to be another Tennessee Titan. But, of course, like before, we are going to go to the checklist because I do that for all of our redemptions. If a checklist is available, we're always going to go there and check it out. I forgot already what I said the card set was. Rookie endorsements. There we go. I better make sure. Okay, sometimes I forget to bring you guys with me. I had to double check that screen. And numbered to 25, Corey Davis for the Titans. So the card will be numbered to 49. It is card 25 in the series, but the card itself, when you get it, should be numbered to 49. So let's get that one all ready to go. And then we're going to take a look at our graded cards and see what fun we can find in here. Viking, I will do my best. I mean, everything, of course, is sorted by break, by night, you know, so it just kind of depends on how caught up I can get. Because obviously, you know, we don't want to, if I shipped everybody's early ahead of schedule, then all the people who should be getting something would not be getting it because theirs would all be pushed back and, you know, skipping around the line, you know what I mean? But for sure, I will do my best to do that. All right. We have a rookie endorsement for the Chargers, Mike Williams, numbered to 49. He's got a bunch of inscriptions on there, as well as his autograph. The card itself is graded to 9, and the autograph graded to 10. For the Giants, we have Evan Ingram, and it is an autograph grade of 9. That's kind of unusual, and a card grade of 8.5. This is the only one I've gotten that's been lower than 9 out of Encased. This is to 75, hard-signed Evan Ingram. Still a nice hit. I just, you know, like, why is it even graded to 8.5? Maybe there's just the tiniest little bit of chipping right up there on that edge. Frankly, that's about all I see. But they don't put subgrades on these, so we don't know why they elected to make it an 8.5. You know, normally it would say corner, surface, centering, etc. Doesn't on that one, so... Vikings coming out with some Dalvin Cook. Do you have Vikings in here? Viking breaks. This is numbered to 10, and it is a sweet patch. And I'm sorry, the autograph was to a 10. The card's graded to 9. It's numbered to 49. It was an autograph 10, card 9, numbered to 49. And that is pretty cool. That's actually my favorite card so far out of this break. I like that a lot, mostly because I like that patch. I like it. And here comes Trubisky. So, Richard, you asked for it. You probably saw it as it was coming out, right? So you knew it was coming. Let's see how it goes. It is to 25. Very nice. Card grade is 8.5. The autograph grade was 10. Card itself numbered to 25. And, of course, that is a cap patch autograph, also hard signed. So pretty cool little hit there for the Bears as well. Andrew, Select is right after we finish up here. We will be doing Select Basketball right after this. All right, so let's recap our hits here out of Encased and get all this squared away. We'll do our relics first. These are obviously relics without signatures. I just stack them off separately. And I'm going to try to find more Encased at a reasonable price, guys, and I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. I tried to find some for a week or more after it came out, and nobody had any. And someone told me today where somebody has some back in stock, but I haven't looked at the price, so I don't know if it's going to be something that's reasonable that we can get more of and break more of or not. If I can, I will. That Jordan Howard again is to 5 on the Pro Bowl relic. And then James Conner for the Steelers. Now let's take a look at our non-graded autograph hits here. There's Titans Redemption. I don't know why I showed you the back other than just habit. It was Corey Davis. And then here's Taywan Taylor, also for the Titans. Nathan Peterman for the Bills. Ron Jaworski, it's a really nice hit as well for the Eagles. Again, I kind of like pulling the older guys. I think it's cool. Along with this Lynn Dawson, which I think is equally cool, numbered to 10 for the Chiefs. Then we'll take another pass through at our graded cards. The Trubisky. And I think this is my favorite card of the break because I love that patch. It's just really cool. I mean, I like when we get part of the team name and part of the logo and things like that. It really, yeah, those are always going to be among my favorite in terms of patches that we could possibly get. And then Mike Williams. So that is this half case of Encased. And for all my football folks, if you guys are getting ready to take off, let me say again, thank you. I appreciate you guys bidding and breaking with me and chatting with me and hanging out, keeping me company, all that stuff. And we always have something going on, so hopefully I'll see you again down the line for another football break or maybe a different sport if you get the urge, you get the itch, so to speak. Let me get the spreadsheet up for Select Basketball, and then we'll be starting on that case. So I'm not too far off, right? I estimated basketball would start at about 10:45, so we're about 5 minutes ahead of where I guessed, which is not too bad. And if you are in this break for Select Basketball, once again, your anticipated shipping date is approximately Saturday. It's possible I can get it out sooner, but not super likely because there's a lot of high volume stuff left to sort and get out. A lot of baseball breaking going on lately and all that stuff. Multiple cards, like 1,500 card breaks. Takes forever to sort and ship. It's also possible it could slide to Monday if something unexpected happens and I can't get it all out on Saturday. But my best guess and my hope is that it will be out the door to you on Saturday. So this is 12 boxes of 2017-18 Panini Select Basketball. This is a full case. It's case break number 2. Got 2 more cases of Select not yet listed on eBay, but those will be coming up probably, I don't know, maybe about this time next week or a little after. And of course, this also ended tonight, March 13th, on eBay. We're live streaming it tonight, and we'll scroll down through here so you guys can refresh your memory as to which teams you have. And then we're going to bust in and see what we can find. Had a really nice case first out, which we broke when it came out. Was Friday night, right? Yeah, it was a Friday release. And that first case that we opened was really, really nice. Had a lot of great stuff in it. And I have no doubt that tonight we will find equally exciting stuff, because Select is always loaded with awesome hits. I've just got to get all these out of here, out of this case, and then we'll get rolling. So each one of our boxes is going to have either, well, it's going to have 3 hits in it, and they can be either an autograph or a memorabilia or some combination thereof. You know, some Panini products will say it's specifically this number of autos, specifically this number of memorabilia. This does not. It says it's an either or. And of course, the other fun thing to remember, anytime you're opening Panini, everything is on average. So that means sometimes they might replace one of our hits with a Panini reward point card. If they do, we'll give that card out at the end of the break by using random. And hopefully we don't find any of those, but you never know. Sometimes you do. I'm going to get a bunch more sleeves out of here. And basically all the prisms I put in sleeves, whether they are veteran or rookie or otherwise. I know a lot of people don't. And somebody will always jump into chat and say, oh, you don't need to put the veteran refractors in sleeves. But I'm going to, just FYI. That's just how that's how I handle them when we're breaking Select or Prism. So that's how that will happen tonight. And some of the time I'm probably going to call them Prism, which is what Panini calls a refractor. Some of the times I'm probably going to forget and call them refractors. Probably a lot of the time I'm going to forget and call them refractors. So when you hear me say that, it's the same as a prism. They're identical. It's just Topps calls it one thing and Panini calls it another. And there's a couple of different levels of base cards in here. And it's just image variations really make the difference as to whether it is one thing or whether it is another thing. I don't know that there's a drastic difference in the value unless it happened to be something numbered. But you know, sometimes we flip one over, it may say something about the level. All right, and we're going to kind of cut a path through the base. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the base. And again, all the refractors or prisms I am going to put into a sleeve. There should be around 12 per box. First one is Trevor Booker for the Nets. Next one is for the Blazers, Noah Vonleh. And then inserts. These inserts are probably roughly 1 per box. They're not prisms, or at least most of them are not. They're just a base insert. That one was Slash and Dash with Brant Hill. But my experience in the first case was that those were falling roughly 1 per box or something similar to that. Gary Harris to 199 for the Nuggets. I'm going to start a little pile for our numbered cards versus our inserts and our refractors that way, or prisms. That way, if you guys want to recap a certain thing at the end of the break, we can. A die-cut De'Aaron Fox for the Kings. That is to 135. I believe this pattern is called Scope, if I remember correctly. That is Anunoby for the Raptors. And of course it is a prism. Anything really that has the pattern on it's going to be a prism. It's just a matter of what the design is called. Eric Gordon for the Rockets. And then we have Frank Nitkaleena for the Knicks. Another die cut that is for the Nets. DeMar Carroll to 99. Caleb Swanigan coming out for the Blazers to 99 with a relic hit. Going to move our base. If you guys wonder where the cards go when they go off to the left after we've looked at them, there are mats over there as well. That's the area that I typically use for sorting. So it's nice and safe and sound and secure over there. I just don't like it piled up here in the work area. DeMar DeRozan, Raptors. If I can get it in the sleeve, what in the world? Again, that's the pattern that I think is called Scope. Not great with all the pattern names, but I believe that one is right. To 199 for the Hawks, Tyler Dorsey. That is autograph and relic. We had a sweet little 1-of-1 Kyrie Irving laundry tag out of the first case. I hope we find a 1-of-1 in here somewhere too. Otto Porter Jr. for the Wizards. For the Celtics, Daniel Theis or Theis. Is it Theis? Theis? Is it? I don't know. Probably neither one of those things, but we all know I'm terrible with the name pronunciation. Alex English, a little throwback to 25 for the Denver Nuggets with a nice little tie-dye on-card auto hit for the Denver Nuggets. Nice. And we have another tie-dye. I think this pattern is called Checkerboard, and that is also to 25 with the Vucevic for the Magic. And that is box number 1. I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, know already that anytime we have cards with this kind of coating on them, whether it's chrome from Topps or prism from Panini or select from Panini, they have a tendency to kind of curve in the middle a little bit. They make, kind of bow up a little once they come out of the compression of the pack. That is due entirely to that coating that is on them. The ones that go into a top loader, of course, that'll help keep them a little more flat. But the ones that are not in a top loader are going to have a little more curvature than the others. But just in case someone doesn't know that, when you get them, if they have that little curve, it might be like, hey, what is going on with that? Yep, that's what it is. They also sometimes have little white flecks that come off the edge of the card that look almost like little pieces of salt. I haven't noticed it as much in Select this year as I have in some past years, and in some past years of Prism as well. So they've gotten better about that, but sometimes you'll find little white flecks of paper down in your sleeve or your case, and that's what that is. And if you pull anything here tonight that you want in a magnetic one-touch case, jump into chat and let me know, or shoot me a message on eBay. It's $3. That covers the cost of the case, the PayPal fees, the extra postage, all that stuff. And I would send you a PayPal money request. That's how you would pay for it. So if you want one, let me know. I keep most sizes on hand. Marquise Chris, that is Scope for the Suns. Justin Jackson to 199 for the Kings, who meanwhile are just thinking, hey, why couldn't that have been De'Aaron Fox? But Justin Jackson, that you never know who's going to turn out to be. I mean, we maybe have an idea, but hey, anything can happen, right? Justin Jackson could turn out to be better than De'Aaron Fox at the end of the day. That's to 185, George Hill, die cut for the Kings. I mean, of course, I'm biased towards De'Aaron Fox because He went to UK. That's where I graduated. So, you know, I'm kind of biased in that direction. Lonzo Ball for the Lakers. Nice little prism scope for Lonzo. And behind that, we have Vince Carter for the Kings. And of course, we're almost into tournament time. So it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. It seems like almost all, well, really all of our teams, even the top level teams, lost a bunch this year. There's nobody that didn't lose like a handful of games, more so than normal, it seems like. This is to 99 Joe Johnson relic for the Nets. So I kind of wonder, maybe there's going to be more parity in the tournament, i.e. more upsets and things that are not falling true to the seeds. So it's going to be interesting. I haven't put a bracket together yet, but when I do, well, I don't know how I'm going to go. This is Wesley Iwundu for the Magic to 99 on that die cut. John Paul is saying there are a lot of Kings in this product. Well, there are tonight. I don't remember pulling an exceptional number, you know, an out of the ordinary number of Kings in the first one. Maybe I did, but I don't remember it if I did. The Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Bucks. Followed by a little Kyrie refractor for the Celtics, or Prism, rather. And a Prism Kevin Durant, Warriors. Tyler Dorsey for the Hawks. Who do you have in here tonight, John Paul? Who are we wishing for you tonight? I'm sure you got a wish list going. Oh, so even you saw a lot of Kings in some of the other breaks too. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched anybody else's breaks on this one. I've been super busy lately. This is to 199 Tobias Harris for the Pistons. I haven't even had time to get done all the stuff that needs to be done around just the house even. A little Kobe Bryant for the Lakers. It's always good to pull a Kobe relic. I wish it had been signed or a tag, but hey, I'm not gonna argue with pulling Kobe, no matter what form he comes in. Have usually pretty good luck pulling him as a whole, so. Derrick Rose for the Cavs. Tonight you have New Orleans and Milwaukee. Okay. Our insert for this box is for the Hornets. It's Malik Monk. Ooh, I am about to sneeze. I'm trying not to. Oh. Excuse me, guys. I did not sneeze on my hand, FYI. I sneezed into my elbow, so no worries about sneezing on the hands that are touching your cards. But, oh, I tried not to have that come out of there, but whew. So pollen alert was super high around here today, which is ironic considering we had like 10 inches of snow yesterday. But then it all melted by the end of the day. This is to 299 Marcus Smart for the Celtics. But it was so warm in February. All the stuff that doesn't normally come up till the end of March or even the 1st of April is up out of the ground and blooming. And I mean, we had been in the 60s, some days in the 70s. Then all of a sudden, here we get to the middle of March, practically to St. Patrick's Day, and we get like 10 inches of snow dumped on us. But, like I said, it did warm up enough the following day after we got it that it all melted. So, well, not all, but 90% of it. So I guess it's all right, but anyway, point is, stuff is blooming. And whatever pollen is out there is about to do me in from an allergy standpoint. And I take all kinds of allergy medicine too, but man. The problem is I'm allergic to almost all kinds of trees and grass. So that makes it kind of rough, right? When you're allergic to pretty much everything outside. John Paul is trying to conjure up a Ray Allen autograph, I assume, right? Or maybe relic, or I don't know. I don't know. You have to tell me, but I'm assuming that you're trying to conjure an autograph for Ray Allen. All right, we'll see if we can't, assuming that it's available. I'm assuming you've looked at the checklist and it's possible to pull it. Assuming that it's possible to pull it, we will do our best to work the mojo and see if we can't conjure it for you. Avery Bradley for the Detroit Pistons /99 on that die cut. And that is Nick Stauskas. I tell you what, I'm going to put the prisms aside, and then at the end of each box, I'll stop and put them all in a sleeve at once. Ramon Sessions. That might give us a little better flow here. That is Eric Bledsoe for the Bucks. And there's a little De'Aaron Fox, but that is not a refractor. I thought for a minute it was, but it is actually not. And then we have for the Kings, George Hill. Our insert for this box, Manu Ginobili /N-. All right, now I'm going to stop and put those in sleeves, and then we'll look at the next stack, and maybe that will, I don't know that it really changes the overall amount of time, it just maybe makes it easier on the flow, perhaps. Well, yeah, I'd like to find a huge hit too, man. I mean, what all did we have out of that first case? We had, gosh, I'm trying to even think now. We had the Larry Bird autograph /25. Didn't we have Magic Johnson in there /25 too? Isn't that right? And we had Lonzo Ball auto. We had the 1/1 tag for Kyrie Irving. Can't think what else was in that first case, but it was a good one. This is /199, Karis LeVert for the Nets. So if we can just even replicate something like that, duplicate, I'd be fine with that, for sure. Tie-dye Chris Middleton, Milwaukee Bucks /25, and that is checkerboard, I think, the pattern, if I'm remembering correctly. For the Nuggets, we have Wilson Chandler on a relic that is not wanting to show up on there very well for some reason. Sometimes the lighting is just weird with certain color relics. It's like the camera, I don't know, bounces the light in an odd way or something on a few of those. For NOLA, we've got little Boogie Cousins /75. That one, of course, we're going to put in the sleeve right now because it's numbered. And then that is in Andrew Wiggins prism. And this is going to be numbered Miles Turner /299 for the Pacers. Oh, Andrew Henderson, you have the Nets. All right. Well, we are pulling some stuff for you. So that's good news. For the Pistons, Avery Bradley. Pretty sure that's Scope. Followed by what I think is maybe called the Wave, Aaron Baines for the Celtics. Another Scope, Carmelo Anthony for the Thunder. We may as well go on and put Andrew Wiggins in there, too. There's not going to be but like one left. No sense in leaving Andrew Wiggins sitting over there by himself, right? I mean, for real. And I may as well put that insert in one as well. That's at Grant Hill we saw a minute ago. Or actually, at the first of the break. I just didn't have him in the sleeve. /199, here comes Lonzo Ball. So both cases we have pulled a Zoe hard-signed auto so far. So Lakers are happy. Always just show you that the inside of the box is empty. I don't know why. I mean, I've kind of always done that. Every once in a while it's paid off, though. There'll be something like a pack down in a box that's slid into some weird place, and then when I do that, I'll see it in there. So, oh, there's a pack left. Yes, this was an eBay auction that ended tonight for Select Basketball. This is case break number 2, and it ended tonight, March the 13th. And while I'm thinking about it, if you are watching live and you're trying to access chat and you're having difficulty, there are 2 things I can tell you. One is I believe you have to be logged in to see and participate in chat. And number 2, if you are on a mobile device, a phone or an iPad or some other tablet, I think you have to click on the link that says you want to see the desktop version. And once those 2 things happen, if you're on a mobile device, you're logged in and you're on the desktop version, you should be able to see and join chat with no problem. Trey Lyles for the Jazz. Of course, he's not with the Jazz anymore, but he was for the Jazz when they made that card. He's actually been doing better up in Denver, or at least maybe he's been getting more playing time, so maybe that's why it seems like he's doing better. Better being subjective, I suppose. And a refractor for Tony Snell for the Bucks. There's a Kyle Kuzma base rookie that went by. And this is our insert for this box, Malcolm Brogdon for the Bucks. Well, I already had the sleeve there. I was going to say I could have laid him down, put him in the sleeve at the end, but too late. I already had it in my hand, so... Whoops, that is a refractor that I laid in the wrong spot. That's Derek Favors for the Jazz. And then for the Blazers, Myers Leonard. I don't really remember ever seeing a Myers Leonard before as an insert, but I'm sure we have. Jordan Clarkson to 25 tie-dye die cut for the Lakers. That is a scope Nene for the Rockets, followed by a Kevin Durant prism for the Warriors. And wait a minute, I see somebody glowing down there. Didn't I? Who did I miss? That was a refractor. There it is. Right there. That is Tyler Dorsey for the Hawks. Got stacked in with the regular cards when he is a prism. These are, of course, all the prisms we just looked at in that stack. Yeah, I don't really know if it changes the flow that much, frankly, doing it that way versus just doing it as we go. I don't know that it makes that much difference, but anyway. Gordon Hayward, Celtics, or I'm sorry, not Gordon Hayward, Aaron Baines for the Celtics. I've got Gordon Hayward on the brain because I was reading that article about how he thinks he might make it back before the end of the season from that gruesome break earlier in the year. Markelle Fultz to 199 for the Sixers. Auto and relic. Nice little hit for Philly. That should be numbered. Raymond Felton to 199 for the Thunder. Dwight Howard for the Hornets. We may as well go on and get... Oh, he's already in a sleeve. I just hadn't stacked him over with the others. A die cut Will Barton to 185 for the Nuggets. For the Blazers, Zach Collins, relic. Kawhi Leonard for the Spurs, numbered to 149. He should be back pretty soon, right? Didn't I hear that he was pretty close to a return? I mean, he's been out all season. I don't think he played a game all season, has he? But I think he's coming back close to being ready to play again, if I remember right. This is the part that always takes the longest, is just getting them out of the box and out of the packs, particularly the out of the packs. And remember, we're doing Contenders basketball tomorrow night as a half case, and that is the last case of Contenders I have. So it's the first part of the case. We'll still have the back half that we'll do sometime probably next week, but the front half of one is going to be tomorrow night. Jordan Bell for the Warriors. Dwayne Bacon to 199, Charlotte Hornets. And his signature is just getting worse as we go. That's the wrong sleeve, too. Now it's just a D and a B. Used to be a little bit more to it than that, but I guess he's already tired of signing his name. I don't know. Oh, Kawhi did play some games at the early part of the year. I did not remember him playing at all this year. But there you go. Thank you, John Paul, for that info. And and he said he is, I think he's coming back this Thursday. Thought it was pretty soon. It's Gary Harris for the Nuggets on that relic. Josh Richardson to 149, Miami Heat. And a little Sean Livingston prism for the Warriors. Followed by Ivan Rabb prism for the Grizzlies, rookie. A die cut for the Warriors with Draymond Green to 135. And a die cut for the Hornets, Cody Zeller to that one's 185, right? I think the other one was 135. That one is 185. John Paul says he doesn't really care for the Spurs, but that it will be weird if they don't make the playoffs. You know, that's true. They've been in the playoffs for what seems like my entire lifetime. I mean, not really, but yeah. I just want to see Anthony Davis get to the playoffs and make a run in the playoffs. I would really like to see New Orleans do well. And if Boogie hadn't gone down with that Achilles injury, I think there's no question they would have gotten there and probably gotten pretty deep in. Now, though, it's anybody's guess. I mean, AD's playing lights out, and hopefully they can still make it, but we will see. There is Boogie, speaking of, to 299 for NOLA. Zach LaVine for the Bulls. And that is followed by John Lauer for the Pistons. I don't really have any particular feelings about the Spurs one way or the other. Like, I don't like them. I don't dislike them. They're fine for me either way. Raymond Felton for the Thunder. But that's probably because I don't have a specific, like, absolute go-to team in the NBA. Because I root for a lot of different ones because our UK guys are spread out over so many different teams that I kind of want, you know, all of them to do well. So it's hard to just root for just one team. 225 for the Rockets. And that is a nice looking little relic there. Nice 2-color patch with a stripe. Probably from down the side of the uniform or something close to that. And there's our big man again, Baines for the Celtics. For the Blazers, CJ McCollum. Well, I could not get the sleeve open. Here's our insert for this box. It's All World Dominique Wilkins for the Hawks. And that, again, those aren't refractors, but... And somehow I've managed to mix the thick card sleeves are now in the pile with the little regular card sleeves. So somehow all of these sleeves have gotten, like, mixed up on the table in the wrong pile. But anyway, it works. It still covers the card. That's the important part. After we look at what is in this box that I'm taking out of the wrappers right now, we will be at the halfway point. Hi, Marty Marr. That was an awesome Kyrie Irving. It is on the way to you, too. It is winging across the country somewhere, probably. Maybe not across the country yet, but it's ultimately coming across the country. It's probably still pretty close by right now, but you're going to have it in a couple of days. We haven't had anything huge yet tonight, Marty Marr. I would say probably the Lonzo ball on card is probably the one that is the most monetary value of what we've pulled so far. But I also probably am not remembering every single thing that we've pulled so far. But that's the one right now at this moment that stands out to me. You got it. Kyrie is heading out to Cali. I just left it in that one-touch case. I assumed you weren't on here, I don't think, when we hit it that night. I don't think you were on live, but I put it in that one-touch I'm sure you saw, and I just left it in there because I figured you would want it in that. And you didn't say not to. You didn't say take it out or anything, so I figured we were good. Yes, there was a Markelle Fultz for the Sixers, and I think we've hit something or another, some odds and ends for the Nuggets, too. In fact, maybe Alex English and something else for the Nuggets. This is to 185 die cut for the Thunder. I think that was Steven Adams. But definitely we've hit some stuff for it. Devin Harris for the Mavericks on that relic. And then a little prism here for Boogie. Oh, Josh, I just ran down kind of the highlights of this case. Just finished it up like 5 seconds ago. Oh, don't worry about it, Marty Marr. We're all good. This is Key for the Rockets. Hey, finally, we have an insert that is also a prism. And it is Russell Westbrook slash and dash for the Thunder. At last, a prism insert. Ben McLemore for the Grizzlies. Oh, you're welcome, man. I mean, the main thing is I just wanted to make sure you were okay with it being in there. I think it was the same break. As a matter of fact, I think it was Joshua in that break that didn't want his stuff in a one-touch case. He was concerned about it messing with the surface, although really it doesn't. necessarily even touch the surface of it if it's in there in the right case. But anyway, that was the main thing. Just if you ever don't want one in there, let me know. This is /99 Chris Paul for the Clippers. Although I figured you probably did, which is why I did it for you. That and the fact that it was a way awesome hit. This is Eric Bledsoe /25 tie-dye prism for the Bucks. Anytime you pull one of the tags, though, it's pretty sweet. Jerry and Grant /299 for the Bulls. And we really don't pull the tags as often in basketball. Well, because, you know, comparatively fewer players than you have in football on the total roster. So I guess not as many opportunities for tags, period. And then we have, for the Kings, Frank Mason /25 with the tie-dye. And I think checkerboard is the correct call for that. You know what? I didn't even notice what Golden State sold for tonight. I honestly, the last couple of days and up through Thursday, everything is ending so close to the time that we have to break because I forgot about daylight saving time shift that I don't have time to do anything besides barely get ready to do the break. That's for the Clippers, and it is a scope prism. Russell Westbrook for the Thunder. Like tonight, for instance, the last auction ended at like 6 minutes till 10, and the live stream started at 10. So I'm trying to invoice and finish the spreadsheet and get everything set up, and yeah, I didn't have time to look at any of that. That is Josh Hart for the Lakers scope prism. Josh Richardson for the Heat. But thank goodness, once we get past Thursday, so we've got Wednesday and Thursday left to go, and then we'll be back to normal. But, man, that was a kick in the pants to forget all those 5 nights of auctions and forget the daylight saving time change, which shifted everything. DeMar DeRozan for the Raptors has made life tough the last few days. Dominique Wilkins /60 for the Hawks. It's a nice little hit for the Hawks. But also probably more people were breaking it on Friday too. So that seems to make a difference as well. You know, if you've got a lot of people breaking it, it will obviously affect the prices. And then on other nights that aren't release night, sometimes you have fewer people breaking it simultaneously. So there's lots of things that can obviously affect the ending price on any given day. So that was officially the halfway point, that box we just finished up. So we've done 6 boxes and we have 6 left. Yeah, I'm not going down that path again about the one-touch, man. I mean, as I said, I told you that night I would do it. I disagree with it. I do not think that it is the safe way to send it for a lot of different reasons, including the fact that the sleeve itself can move in there and cause surface issues with the card. There's lots of reasons why I don't agree with doing it that way. But I did tell you that I would do it that way. Then you decided not to. So there you go. But I've never had problems with doing it without a sleeve, putting in a card in a one-touch. So, I mean, that's kind of what they're for. But anyway, there's no need to rehash all of that. We did it the way you were comfortable with, and it's on the way to you, and it should arrive there safe and sound. All right, let's rock on here. What's time? We need to pull some, we need some heat out of this box, I think. We need some fire to come out of here. Justin Patton for the T-Wolves on that relic. He is not really the fire I was looking for. I want to pull some, we need like a 1 of 1. We need some fiery awesomeness to come out of here about now. We're at the halfway point. We should be seeing it. Here's another Chris Paul for the Clippers. We pulled one earlier, and here is a second one. I think the first one, though, I think was numbered and was a prism, and that one doesn't refract and isn't numbered, so they're not quite identical, but still, a second Chris Paul for you. There is to 299 an Eric Bledsoe. Patent fire, John Paul says. Yeah, I know. It would have to be him come out right after I said I was looking for some fire, and it would have to be Justin Patton instead of like something awesome. But Trevor Booker for the Nets. But that's all right. He's just warming us up. He's just getting us warmed up for what's going to be to come. The fire to come. And for the Bulls, we have Nikolai. A numbered Dirk Nowitzki for the Mavericks to 149. Then we have Terrence Ross for the Magic. That is a Scope Prism. Oh, for sure. I mean, the Jordan Bell was a nice hit. Absolutely. I don't disagree with you on that. I mean, I still think the Kyrie 1/1 laundry tag was maybe an equally good hit, but I can understand why, of course, you would think that the Jordan Bell was, because you have the Warriors, so we'll just call them equally nice hits then. This is Malik Monk for the Hornets, and it is numbered to 199. Nice little on card. I don't know why I looked at that and thought, I don't know what I thought about that. For some reason, I had a brain hinder right there when I looked at that Zach LaVine. I don't know why. Die cut Kevin Durant to 99 for the Warriors. NOLA, Dante Cunningham. Here's our insert for this box, and it is an all-world for the Bulls. No, it doesn't, it's not a refractor or anything, but just because it's an insert and those are one per box, I tend to put them in sleeves anyway. Wesley Matthews for the Mavericks. Melo for the Thunder. Die cut for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown to 65. Shabazz Muhammad, T-Wolves. Prism with kind of like the wave kind of pattern. And another one behind it for DeMar DeRozan. We're getting there. We're making progress. It just takes a while to get through this many cards, no matter how you cut it. I see the little edge of a zebra in there. So we've got a zebra coming up momentarily. We had 2 of those in the last case, right? 2 zebras, I think. All right, here we go. Kings, Zach Randolph. Die cut, Awundu, 185 for the Magic. Taj Gibson, followed by John Collins for the Hawks. And I need to get a new pack of sleeves out of here. We definitely go through a lot. For the Raptors, DeMar DeRozan. Reggie Jackson for the Pistons, numbered to 99. Got a nice little relic and auto on the Reggie Jackson. Derek White for the Spurs, 299. For the Thunder, Andre Roberson. Our insert in this box is With Authority, John Wall. Again, not a... Oh, my depth perception is terrible this week. Not a prism, but still in just a one, you know, the insert's 1 per box, 12 per case, so. Mavericks with Sean Marion to 99. So Mavericks have had a few hits, but no Dennis Smith Jr. hit yet. Rondé Hollis Jefferson prism for the Nets. Another one of our little blank dummy cards there. Decoy cards, I guess is the right way to say it. Josh Jackson. I have the hardest time saying his name together. Josh Jackson for the Suns. And that is numbered to 149. For the Nets, a Scope Prism Trevor Booker. For the Bucks, to 149, a nice on-card Chris Middleton. Somebody just said they hadn't seen a single Suns card when we just hit that Josh Jackson, probably right about the time that you typed that in. There's a little bit of delay in chat, so probably, you know, by the time it popped up, we had seen that Josh Jackson come through. Pistol Pete Maravich is our Zebra Prism. And he is on here for the Hawks. Of course, Pistol Pete played for a few different teams, including the Suns. But you can see here on this card, it is for the Atlanta Hawks. Of course, you can see that back there too. But anyway, so our nice little... We'll stack our Zebra over there with the hits, because even though it's not an auto or a relic, they are only a couple per case. The Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Bucks. Checkerboard, numbered 249, Jamal Murray, Nuggets. Yeah, I like Pistol Pete Maravich. I pulled, this was a box of, I don't remember if it was 2012-13 or 13-14, but anyway, it was some Crusade that I was opening for myself. Back a while ago. It's probably been a year or so ago, and I pulled a little Pistol Pete out of there, numbered to 25. That was really pretty cool. It was one of the Crusade cards, you know. And I kept it because I like Pistol Pete Maravich, so I kept it. All right, let's stop and look at what we've got here, and then we'll take the rest of those out of the pack. A little die-cut orange for the Clippers to 135 with Gallinari. Scope Prism for the Warriors, Kevin Durant. Victor Oladipo for the Pacers. Tobias Harris to 199 for the Detroit Pistons. For the Jazz, Derek Favors. Our insert in this box with authority, Kobe for the Lakers. And Zach Collins for the Blazers on that. It's always like when I set them aside and I think I'll stack up 3 or 4 and then no, we'll have to stop to do a hit. So it's like I might as well have just put it in the sleeve as we went. It's kind of like that. Oh, here comes a Jason Tatum. I don't know that this is going to be signed, though. It is not signed, but it is still a nice Jason Tatum rookie relic hit for the Celtics, who I'm sure are glad to see Mr. Tatum make an appearance for them. Anunoby Raptors rookie prism. Gary Harris Nuggets. A die cut for Nola Cunningham to 185. For the Jazz, we have Tony Bradley. Every time I see the Jazz, I think it's going to be Donovan Mitchell, and then it's Tony Bradley. Like, why is there so much Tony Bradley? But that little relic hit for the Jazz. That's also what the people who have the Jazz, that team owner, is also thinking the same thing. Why is there so much Tony Bradley? Terrence Ross for the Magic. Although, I mean, it's not like we pulled a ton of it tonight in this break, but I'm just saying in general, amongst the basketball breaks, it seems like there's a ton of Tony Bradley. DeAndre Jordan to 299 Clippers. Scope Prism Ramon Sessions for the Knicks. Haven't called out the Knicks a whole lot tonight, so that's nice to have something come out for them. For the Pacers, we have TJ Leaf to 99. There's relic and auto. Ha! Old school Magic Johnson. Just a base, but pretty cool though. So we have 3 boxes left. That includes the one that I'm taking out of the box right now. Is included in that count of 3 left. Scope Prism, Andrew Wiggins, T-Wolves. Hit coming up for the Sixers. Oh, Jerry Stackhouse, cool, to 199. Oh, I should put that in the wrong sleeve. Very nice for the Sixers with the Stackhouse to 199. Very cool. There's a Donovan Mitchell Prism. I think that's maybe that pattern is called the Wave. I'm not 100% sure if that's what that pattern's called, but maybe. Celtics with another hit. This one to 25, Evan Turner. That is a tie-dye, of course, and a nice little two-color patch there with your little green stripe. Die cut for the Grizzlies, Chandler Parsons to 99. John Paul, I forgot who you told me your teams are again. Who are we looking for you? Milwaukee and who else? Can't remember. You said there was another one, but I'm just blanking on who the other one was or is. My little kitten, little Mr. Stray Kitten, got a new toy today. But I think he might still be getting ready to jump into this pile of wrappers. So if you hear a big crunchy thud in a minute, that's what it's going to be. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to or not, but he's looking like he might. This is to 49, Jamal Murray relic for the Nuggets. NOLA is your other team tonight. Okay. I don't know why I couldn't retain that. There's the big man again, Aaron Baines for the Celtics Prism. My screen was trying to time out on me over there. Alex Len Prism for the Suns. Our insert for this box is Tracy McGrady slash and dash for the Rockets. Markieff Morris, 149, Wizards. Well, somebody's trying to stay up there, wasn't he? He didn't want to come down with the rest of the group. It was an antisocial card. Dennis Schroeder, 299, Hawks. I don't know what I'm going to do with my tournament brackets this year. I just think there's going to be a lot of upsets. I just think there's too much. No one team to me is super dominant this year. Harry Giles for the Kings, rookie scope Prism. Raymond Felton Prism for the Thunder. And then, of course, as sure as I say that, whoever wins will probably, like, blow through and win all their games by 50 points, and I'll look like an idiot. But to me, it doesn't seem like anybody is really super dominant this year, so I think it's ripe for a bunch of upsets. To 185, Sean Kilpatrick, die cut for the Bucks. DJ Wilson, Prism for the Bucks. Ivan Rabb, Prism for the Grizzlies. Rookie, of course. Ivan Rabb is. But, you know, I guess it will help me this year a little bit that my Wildcats, my Kentucky Wildcats, are really not, like, super good this year. We have played better in the last couple of weeks. The last handful of games have been, well, a drastic improvement over where we were a month ago or something. But I don't really feel like, you know, some years I'm just compelled to put Kentucky in my brackets up to at least the Final Four. Like, I just almost can't help myself. Even though I logically look at it some years and think, ooh, we're not going to probably get to the Final Four. Something about just picking against your team is just wrong, right? So even though I'm trying to get my brackets in shape, I get stuck right there with Kentucky every time. But this year, I suffer no illusions. I do not believe we will get to the Final Four this year. I do not believe we will get to the Elite Eight this year. I don't even know if we'll get to the round of 16 this year. So I guess from that perspective, my bracket might be better than normal. I don't know. It might be more accurate anyway. I don't know. Ricky Rubio to 299 for the Jazz. But of course, when it comes time to push that button, you never know. I may revert back to my old habits and have a hard time picking against them. It's hard to say. De'Aaron Fox, rookie prism for the Kings. John Paul, you said that you have a something auto and the Pistol Pete. Oh, I didn't know that you had the Hawks on for the Pistol Pete Maravich Zebra. I didn't know you had Atlanta in this break. Tobias Harris for the Pistons. But yeah, if you got that Zebra, man, that's cool. I like the Zebras in here. This is for the Knicks, Robin Lopez relic. I'm really a little bit surprised that they didn't have Pistol Pete in here as a Sun, really. Brooke Lopez, Lakers, Prism. Of course, he could have been a Sun, he could have been a Laker, or a Hawk. And they chose Hawks for this product. Sometimes they make him sometimes they put him in products as a Laker, but a lot of times he's in there as a Sun. Cavaliers 135, Derrick Rose die cut. Still seems like a weird fit to me that he's in Minnesota, but whatever. I guess they know what they're doing down there. Oh, you were saying the Hawks were having a nice break, not that you had the Hawks. I gotcha. I read that wrong. See what happens when I start thinking about tournament brackets? My mind goes to mush. I can't even read properly when I start thinking about the tournament. But I look forward to it every year. March Madness is so much fun. Wall-to-wall college basketball for a couple of weeks. I like it. Raymond Felton, Prism Scope for the Thunder. Hey, here is a nice little Frank Ntilikina for the Knicks to 199. Nice hit, Knicks. Well, once again, if I can get the sleeve open, we can put the card in it. Denver Nuggets, Will Barton. Followed by Kevin Durant for the Warriors. Another Malik Monk for the Hornets. That one is a relic. Oh, you're right. He was the Jazz and not the Suns. Yeah, what am I? You're right. You're absolutely right. I was thinking of a different player entirely. I don't know why I had that in my head that he was Suns, Lakers, and ay. See, there it goes. Nicholas Batum for the Hornets. I don't know why I have that scenario in my head, because I don't think that, I mean, I wasn't thinking Goodrich when I said that. I see that that's what you're saying, but I wasn't thinking that. But yeah, Jazz, Hawks, and Celtics, and I don't know why in the world I thought Suns and the Lakers, and I don't know where my head went. This is to 99 for the Rockets. But I wasn't thinking of Goodrich. So I don't know who I was thinking of, but it wasn't that. It wasn't him. To 199, Tony Parker for the Spurs. John Wall, Wizards. Oh, Steve Nash. That's who I'm thinking of. Like, it'll come to me in a minute. Steve Nash is who I was thinking of. And I just got the teams totally flip-flopped in my head. That is for the Wizards. Of course, it says the Bullets, but the Washington Bullets are the current Washington Wizards. And that, again, was just the insert for that box. It wasn't a prism or refractor or anything. Yeah, Steve Nash is who I had in my head. You're too funny. He says, no worries, both skinny scorers with floppy hair and no D. Yeah, but I do know the difference in the two of them, but for some reason I just had the teams flip-flopped between the two of them, and like I know better than that, but, well, tonight I didn't, apparently, because I said it exactly backwards. But I knew it wasn't Goodrich. I'm like, I can visualize who I'm thinking of. I just can't spit it out of my head. And then all of a sudden, there it came. Usually, that's the kind of stuff I won't be able to think of. And then sometime in the middle of the night, I would wake up at 5 in the morning and suddenly sit straight up and say, Steve Nash. So at least I remembered it tonight before the middle of the night. So I'll take my small victories where I can get them. For the Rockets, that is a refractor prism for Key. Kent Bazemore die cut prism to 99 for the Hawks. The Lakers with Larry Nance Jr. to 199. Lakers have had a few good hits tonight. Wrong sleeve out of that pile. I gotta make sure I don't mix those up when I put them back in the bags tonight. That's where the problem comes in. The two sizes get mixed together in the one bag. Tyler Ulis, 299 for the Suns. Don't his shorts look really short in that picture in comparison to everybody else's? Kind of they do to me. I don't know why. They look kind of old school short. I'm sure they're not. It's probably just the angle or whatever, but we have a checkerboard with authority insert prism, Kevin Durant, and it is numbered to 10, 3 of 10 for the Warriors. So gold checkerboard insert prism. Very nice. Kevin Durant for the Warriors. For the Blazers, Caleb Swanigan. Rookie prism tricolor wave, more or less. Yeah, you're saying Nash also had floppy hair and no defense. I thought that's who you meant a minute ago when you said they were both skinny scorers with floppy hair and no D. I thought you meant Nash and Pistol Pete. But you were talking about Nash and Goodrich before. All right, we are winding down on this one. We're in the last of it here. Of course, we will recap the hits when we conclude. This is Alex Lynn for the Suns. That was Scope Prism. Davin Reed for the Suns. Nice little rookie prism. LaMarcus Aldridge for the Spurs. For the Lakers, Tyler Ennis. All-world insert. That one is a refractor. Tony Parker for the Spurs. Whoops, one of my cards trying to go sideways on us there. Die cut Jeremy Lin for the Nets to 185. Man, Hornets are hitting a lot tonight. Here's Dwayne Bacon relic. Hornets have hit 3 or 4 times, I think. Something going on right there. What is that? Maybe just a piece of a wrapper or something. Because it came off, so all good. Wayne Selden Jr. rookie prism for the Grizzlies. For the Kings, Bogdanovic to 199. A scope prism for the Wizards, Otto Porter Jr. And another hit for the Hornets. Crazy. This is to 65, and it is Frank Kaminsky. So the Hornets are just, you know, rolling in the hits here at the end of the break. Actually, all through the break they had hits, but especially at the end, it seems like. All right, let's recap what we have. We only found 1 zebra in this break. The last case we found 2. In this case, we found 1. We're not going to go through all of the numbered stuff unless someone wants to. And if you do, jump into chat and let me know. I'll be happy to. But we will take another look at this one because this is a nice 1 to 10 with Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors. And let's actually, before we get all the way through our hits, let's find that little zebra because he is also going to be different. I mean, he's not going to be an auto or relic, so I should have stacked him to begin with over there with Kevin Durant, but where is he? Maybe I did stack him over there. Where did the little zebra go? Did I stack him in the opposite side? Well, shoot. All right, well, we'll see if we find him. I think he's in here with the hits, and I just didn't see him going through. If he's not, I'll find him in the other stack. But somewhere in here is a zebra, 1 zebra. Frank Kaminsky, Hornets. Trey Lyles, Jazz. Lonzo Ball, Lakers. Also for the, oh, that's Wilson Chandler, sorry, for the Nuggets. For the Nets, Karis LeVert, Kobe Bryant, Lakers, Joe Johnson for the Nets. For the Kings is Justin Jackson, Alex English for the Nuggets, Tyler Dorsey, Hawks, Caleb Swanigan, Blazers. John Paul, you out? We'll see you the next time, man. Thanks for hanging out with me and helping me figure out who in the world I was trying to talk about a minute ago. Dwayne Bacon for the Hornets. Malik Monk for the Hornets. Brooke Lopez. Robin Lopez. Sorry, Robin Lopez for the Knicks. Malik Monk for the Hornets. Chris Paul, Clippers. Justin Patton, T-Wolves. Dominique Wilkins for the Sixers, or the Hawks. Dominique Wilkins is the Hawks. Chris Paul for the Clippers. Devin Harris, Mavericks. Omri. I can't say his name. We all know I can't say his name. For the Hawks. The Rockets. What is wrong with me right now? Because I'm trying to think about how to say his name, and it is the Rockets. For the Nuggets, Gary Harris. There is Dwayne Bacon. Another hit for the Hornets. For the Blazers, Zach Collins. For the Sixers, nice little Markelle Fultz. Larry Nance Jr. for the Lakers. Frank Ntilikina for the Knicks. Jamal Murray for the Nuggets. Evan Turner, Celtics. 76ers, Jerry Stackhouse. Pacers, TJ Leaf. Tony Bradley for the Jazz. Jason Tatum, Celtics. There's our nice little zebra. He was stacked in there after all. And there is Pete Maravich, Pistol Pete for the Hawks. Chris Middleton, Bucks. Sean Marion for the Mavericks, and then finally Reggie Jackson for the Pistons. So guys, that is it, and girls, that is it for tonight. I will go ahead and put the spreadsheet info up one more time. Sometimes people watch on the tape delay and you come to the end and maybe you do want to know your shipping information or whatnot, and without having to go all the way back to the beginning of the video. So let's get that up real quickly here. We'll take a fast little look at that. If you were in this break or one of the others, there is the anticipated shipping date and the information about what happens if you didn't pull any cards, which would not be the case in Select. Everybody would have pulled cards in Select because it's a big case. And then a quick glance at the listings that are coming up for the next 5 days. Remember, tomorrow night we're doing a half case of Contenders Basketball. We're also doing Contenders Football tomorrow night, but the main event is the half case of Contenders Basketball. And that's what we're looking like for the next few days, and that's it. So everybody, thank you once again. Have a great rest of your night. We'll catch you the next time. Bye-bye.